We have all faced situations when we need to make an important decision, and the question arises, should we listen to our mind or should we listen to our heart? After all, often the head pulls one way and emotions pull the other. In this video, we will talk about how to find a balance between logic and feelings in order to make decisions that are right for you. What is the best way to make a decision? When to use cold reason and when to follow the call of the heart? Or is it not necessary to choose between the former and the latter, and it is possible to find a certain golden mean? Which age is it harder to make decisions? Huge opportunities require a more conscious attitude towards oneself and one's desires. You need a special instinct to choose the right one out of many options. That is why it is more difficult for the young than for the older generation. Our parents just had to adapt to a life that was lived within a clear framework. Why do we even separate the head and the heart? When we make decisions with our head, we often rely on rational arguments based on past, mostly negative experiences. The heart leads us into the future. It is the compass that points to opportunities. It is the heart that is always trying to pull us out of the proverbial comfort zone that the mind is pulling us into. By listening to the heart, we can overcome the zone of courage and the zone of panic. And just beyond them is the very potential that our heart sees from afar. To handle all areas well and reach the potential, the head and the heart must necessarily work together. The heart determines the direction and the goal. The head looks around, deciding what step in the direction of the new goal would be optimal. Both centers, head and heart, must constantly stop, assess risks, look at fears, and possibly adjust goals. What happens if you listen to your head all the time? When we let it win all the time, we risk alienating ourselves and staying where we are. We don't internally move forward because we get stuck evaluating past experiences and analyzing risks. We may even move up the career ladder, but we don't feel fulfilled because our heart doesn't engage or resonate. But there is an advantage. We move in maximum security, have the coveted reliability, control, and predictability. What would happen if we always listen only to the heart? We may find ourselves in a situation that at first is emotionally overwhelming, frightening, insecure. But we will evolve, change for the better, become who we really are, authentic. And in the end, our heartfelt choices will bring us joy. Do heartfelt decisions make us happier in the long term? Yes. If we decide with our hearts, we find ourselves in the flow, and doors open before us quite automatically. A single decision can trigger many different events that will pleasantly surprise you. New useful acquaintances, support from unexpected sources. Does the heart protect us from emotional exhaustion? Our health depends on listening to both our head and our heart at the same time. If we are ignorant, if we don't want to accept both, the body will definitely report it and slow us down. Why is it so hard and exhausting to make decisions with your head and then implement them? If we only listen to our head, we are not in the flow. We all have a natural desire to move forward, to evolve. And it is quite logical that when we swim against our inner current, we get tired. When we run out of strength, our feelings take over and our heart's decisions turn out to be order-breaking. This is why it is always important to listen to ourselves and clarify what we really want. Why are heart choices often not approved by others? For many people, it is important to first achieve stability and gain control of the situation so that emotional decisions do not throw them off balance for a long time. Decisions of the heart are not made by those who don't feel their desires well. In which areas of life should one listen only to the heart or only to the mind? In all areas of life, one should make decisions with the heart in order to be happy in the future. This does not mean that the head should be completely turned off. For example, we don't quit a high-paying job or go freelance as artists without a financial safety cushion. Our head helps us stay honest with ourselves and open to further possibilities. And the nice thing about these days is that we can always find a new path for ourselves. A dilemma, heart and reason. If the heart wants something very much, it wants it badly, it rushes out, and reason says, wait, calm down, think carefully. What you are rushing to now will turn out to be tears and sufferings in the future. Then what to do? Who to listen to? Heart or mind? Which is true? My heart is the little child in me. He wants something and will want it until he gets it or does it. But the child does not always realize the consequences of his actions. That's what reason is for, to balance our desires with their consequences. So if my heart wants something that may bring me tears, should I want it? So the question comes down to another question. Am I willing to endure tears and suffering for what I want now? That's not even the point. My heart wants one thing, but my mind says it's not what I've dreamed of all my life. Or maybe my past dreams and desires are stereotypical thinking patterns laid down by my parents, and what my heart wants is exactly what the child in me wants. In this case, it's simple. You have to listen to your heart, but if what I used to dream about is not stereotypes, but my sincere desires coming from deep inside, and the impulse of my heart is only short-term, then everything seems to be clear and understandable. It is necessary to act in the opposite way to satisfy my desires. Two situations, two solutions. But which of these situations speaks the truth about my heart? If it's just a short-term impulse, it will pass with time. That's understandable. But then is it worth satisfying that impulse now? Or perhaps the voice of reason is the voice of fears. Fear of tears, sorrows, etc. And then reason turns from a faithful counselor into an enemy. And it turns out that one should listen only to the heart and not be afraid of anything. What do you think? As you can see, both the mind and the heart can play a key role in decision-making. The main thing is to be able to listen to them properly and find a balance. Write in the comments how you make decisions. Do you trust your mind more or follow your feelings? Thanks for watching. May God bless you. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. See you in the next issue.